Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to go through some AutoHotkey commands that deal with drives on your desktop, including external CD and DVD drives, as well as we're going to look into variables that deal with operating system and user information about your desktop. So if you're interested in these topics, please continue watching. Alright, welcome back. Let's get started. And I'm first going to get started with dealing with the drives on your desktop. And here is a command, drive get, that gives you the list of all the letters that are assigned to all the drives that you have on your PC. So those drives can be found if you go to C drive and go up one level. You should be able to find all the drives that you have on your desktop. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drives all together. And so if I go ahead and run this, I'll get a string of letters like that, which represents C, E, F, G, H, and I. If you instead want to loop through these letters one by one, then you can use loop pass, and then you'll get C, E, F, G, H, I separately like that. If you just want to get a particular set of drives, so for example, removable refers to USB drives and some things as such. So if I go ahead and run this, then I'll get F, G, and H, which relate to this is a SD card, this is a USB drive, and this is also a USB drive. This is a hard disk drive, and so for that one, I'll probably have to use fixed. I'll get fixed, I'll get a C and an I, so local disk and the hard disk drive. So here are other types of drives. So if I do, say for example, CD-ROM, then that's gonna give me the E drive like that. Now if you want to get the label of the drive, then you can use the drive get command and use the label subcommand and provide the drive letter, and that is going to give me, so this is the volume label, so that's going to give me Toro like that, which is my hard disk drive's name. You can also change the name of the volume label, and so if I say for example try to change the H drive, which is Kingston, this is a USB drive, and if I try to change it to say backup drive for example, that's gonna change to backup drive. So if I go ahead and run it, then as you can see, it's changed to backup drive in all capital letters. Let me just change this back to Kingston, and then it changes back to Kingston. If you want to loop through all the drives and get their labels as well as the drive letter, then you can use something like this. And if I run it, then I'll first get the C drive. This one doesn't have any volume label. Next one, E is super multi. This is the SD card, USB drive, Kingston, and Toro. If you want to get the total capacity of any specific drive, then you can use this command, capacity subcommand, where you will get the value in megabytes. So 29,544 megabytes relate to this one here, so 28.8 gigabytes. So if I just do a real quick calculation, 29544 divided by 1024, then that's gonna give me the number of gigabytes which matches this figure here. If you just want to get the free space of the same drive, then you can use drive space free command, and then you'll be able to get that value. So when you divide these megabytes by 1024, then you're going to get the gigabytes figure. And if you want to get the type of the drive's file system, so that's probably going to be either FAT32 or NTFS. C is probably going to be NTFS. There we go, NTFS. And a USB drive like H drive will be FAT32. There we go, which you can change, I think. This is a method to get your serial number for your drive. I'm just going to mask the information because it might be sensitive. If I go ahead and run it, then I will be able to get the serial number like that. And if you want to retrieve the drive type, you saw before I showed you fixed and CD-ROM or removable drive type, then you can use the drive get command, type and H, and this is gonna give me removable because H drive is a USB drive. Let me go and try the I drive, which is gonna give me fixed because it's a hard disk drive. And if you want to get the status of a specific drive, so say for example C, I'm gonna get ready. There's a few others, ready, not ready, and invalid, and etc, etc. Now I'm gonna move on to CD and DVD drives. So in order to say for example, if you have a CD or DVD ROM, which nowadays a lot of people don't have any, but I do have because I'm using a desktop. If you use this command, drive eject, then it's going to open up the CD-ROM like that. If you want to bring it back, then you have to make sure that you put in the drive letter like that. So previously, if you just wanted to eject it, this is going to eject your default CD or DVD ROM. But if you want to retract it, you provide the drive letter, which is this one right here, and then put in a number of 1. 0 means open and 1 means retract. So if I run this, then it's gonna bring it back like that. Now if you want to lock your CD drive from being open, then you can use the drive lock subcommand, which is gonna stop you from being able to lock it. So I just ran the command, being able to open, I'm sorry. And if I try drive eject E and 0 to open it, when I run it, it's not going to open it. And that's because the drive is locked. So if you want to unlock it, then you can use this command. Just comment this out and run it. Then that should have unlocked my E drive from being able to eject it. So if I go ahead and run this now, then that's gonna eject my drive. And so that's gonna change. There we go. And then retract it like that. Now, if you want to get the status of your CD or DVD, then you can use the CD or status CD subcommand, which will give you, depending on the status of the CD, different kind of statuses. So right now, I think this might give me stopped. So if I go ahead and run it, and it will say it's stopped. If I have it open and run it, then it will say open. So maybe I can quickly go and eject the drive and then get the status of the CD-ROM. It's gonna say open like that as opposed to stopped. So let me just bring it back. E1 to bring it back. All right, so that's it for dealing with the drive. So I'm just going to quickly go over to how to get the operating and how to get the information about operating system and the user info. So these are the variables. So let me just close out of this. These variables are the variables that AutoHotkey allows you to access by using the variable names. So you get like operating system type, version, username, blah, 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 blah. And this might contain some sensitive information. So I'm just going to cover the message box. And so that's going to give me some data like that. Yeah, like that. So that's something that you can use. The descriptions for each of these variables will be in this URL link, so go check it out. And finally, I'm going to show you a command prompt command that gives you a similar type of information. So I'm just gonna again cover my screen and run that, and here you will be able to see equal sign, which is like the key value pair. So here you've got the temp, which is the key, and then equal and followed by a value that contains the value for your environment variable that you can access using the environment get command of AutoHotkey. In get and output var is the variable that I'm going to store the value. Temp is the key that you saw just now. So temp will return the value that sits on the right hand side of the equal sign. So if I go ahead and run it, then I'm going to get the temporary directory for my desktop like that. So this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.